What's new, girl? If you're new, my name's Cassandra. It is that time to talk about once a month meal plans. If you are new, we are a large family. We are a family of 7. However, my youngest is, by the time you're watching this, almost 4 months old. So she's not really eating anything other than like pureed baby food that I make. So it's not really, but she does have diapers and wipes and things that come out of our grocery budget. So it kind of counts, but not really. Heading into October, my husband and myself are doing the carnivore diet for the month of October. We've committed to the 31 days of October. However, I've already started. I think I'm on day 3 or 4 right now. Feeling pretty good. I wanted to give myself a little bit of a head start. But we had to talk about that because obviously these meals are more carnivore than anything that we normally would do. It's a good time for us to kind of go ahead and give this a little bit of a try. We've been interested in it. We've done it for short spurts of time in the past, but we've never committed to a full 30 days. So that's what we're gonna do. All of our freezers are full. We've got lots of fish, lots of beef, lots of pork. It's a good time to do it because everything's full. So that's what we're going to do. I have 20 meals listed out here, and then we will just kind of rotate through them for the 31 days of October, eating some of them twice. We'll kind of see what happens, but this is just an idea dump for me here. And then all of these meals can very easily add in some of our home canned vegetables or a starch for the kids if they so choose. Things first, we have a birthday in our house in the month of October. For birthdays, our kids get to pick their dinner for the day. So I don't know what that is. A lot of the times our kids will pick some sort of restaurant. My other daughter just had a birthday. She picked Chinese, so then we'll order in Chinese or we'll go out to eat, kind of whatever they feel like doing. So we will see what the birthday girl picks for her birthday. So I don't know what that dinner is. I'm going to do a meatball bake. I think this will be really easy, really good. We just prepped a ton of meatballs in the freezer. Really excited about that, and hopefully it'll create leftovers, so we'll eat those meals twice, eat some of them for lunches or whatever. I found a recipe for these pizza muffin things. They looked pretty good. We normally would do homemade pizza every Friday. We'll still continue that with the kids, but then for myself and my husband, a little bit more of a carnivore friendly thing, we'll do those pizza muffins. I also found a stuffed sausage recipe. So like you cut your sausage in half, stuff it with cottage cheese or cream cheese and Parmesan, and it looked pretty good. Bake it in the oven. So we're gonna do that. That meal we will probably end up doing 2 or 3 times because it looks super simple, super easy. So there's that. I also found this garlic Parmesan. It's like an egg and cheese waffle, and I've been making egg and cheese waffles in my waffle iron for over a year. They are so delicious. I eat them like on a regular basis, so I'm excited about those. I think they're gonna be really good. We are also gonna do a salmon in a cream sauce. Love this. I also have some really big trout fillets from some lake trout in the freezer that we'll probably also end up doing this with. Really simple, really easy, and so delicious. A really good high fat meal. And honestly, most likely with a lot of these, I have learned over doing carnivore like here and there. I personally really like to have like 2 meats or 2 or 3 different things on my plate just to make me feel like I'm having a whole meal. I really enjoy that. So for a lot of these meals, to make sure we're getting enough fat in, I have a lot of brook trout in my freezer that are like anywhere from probably like 10 to 14 inches long. They'll be great to roast 1 or 2 in the oven and have as a side with these meals, to be able to just pull a couple pieces of that fish off and make sure we're getting that fat in that we really need. So I'm really excited about that because we have some old brook trout in our freezers that have been in the freezer for probably, I mean, almost a year, because we caught so many last year, which was awesome. We just haven't been able to eat through them fast enough. So this will be a good way to use up a ton of those older pieces. I also found this like mixed meat skillet thing that I think everybody will love, even my kids. I figure we'll grab like 1 steak out of the freezer, maybe a couple chicken breasts or a couple chicken thighs, a kielbasa, some shrimp, maybe some scallops or something. Just throw it all into my big skillet and cook it all up. It'll be absolutely delicious. I think it's gonna be great. And then of course we can always top that with a runny egg. All of my kids enjoy a runny egg, so that'll be amazing. We're also gonna do a Salisbury steak. I just prepped a ton of burgers for the freezer, so that'll be great. Do that in a really cream sauce. Maybe we'll throw in like some mushrooms or some onions or something. We'll kind of see how strict we want to be with this carnivore diet, but really good. We all love that meal as well. And once again, super easy. I can put some rice in my Instant Pot with that. I can make the kids some baked potatoes or some mashed potatoes. They could eat it over pasta if they wanted. That's really good as well. So lots of options. I also found a recipe for like this cheese bread thing that looked easy enough to throw together, and I figured we could do that, top it with some pepperonis or some Canadian bacon, and make it almost like a little garlic pizza thing, or like a garlic bread thing. I think it'll be pretty good. It'll give us another option on those Fridays when the kids are doing either strombolis or pizzas or whatever they want to do. Of course, we're gonna have to do some sort of breakfast bake or like a pie-less quiche or a pie crustless quiche. Something along those lines. My kids really like this as well, so that'll be really great. And I have a feeling that this will be something, this breakfast casserole, that maybe I make in like a big 9 by 13 inch pan and prep it for the week and just have it in the fridge. We will see. So who knows. We're going to do a roast. I think I have like 12 roasts in my freezer right now, so really we could have one roast a month for the next year and spread out our roasts that way. So we're definitely going to do that. That is something that I could 100% cook in my crock pot, throw in potatoes and carrots and onions for the kids, and my husband and I will just stick to the beef, which will be really good, so delicious. I just cooked a roast in my crock pot recently and it was absolutely delicious, so we're all really excited to do that again, especially as the weather starts to cool down. Good old steak and eggs, because our freezers are full right now. We've got lots of different steak cuts and different things, so we're gonna do that, steak and eggs. And then right along with that, we've got a ton of tenderloins in the freezer right now, so we're also gonna do a tenderloin, which is essentially just steaks that aren't cut up, and I'll cut it up into little tip-sized pieces, little cubes, and cook that in the skillet with some butter, top it with some eggs. It'll be delicious. And sometimes my kids will take that and they'll wrap it in a tortilla for like a burrito or something if they want it that way. But honestly, a lot of the times the kids will just put it in a bowl and eat it with their eggs. And we're going to do bacon burgers, or like a butter burger with bacon on top. This is a huge family favorite. Everybody loves this meal and super easy. I can throw it out on the Blackstone and that'll be really great. I'm really loving cooking out on the Blackstone recently, especially as we're like soaking in these last couple weeks of warmer weather where we can be outside and the kids can play. So it's nice for me to be able to cook outside. The kids can run around, play, they can ride their bikes, whatever, and I can still see everybody and what everybody's doing. And then a lot of times we're just eating outside too. So that's been really fun and we're really enjoying that. Of course, we got to throw a chicken salad in there and probably some sort of egg salad. We are drowning in eggs right now, which is the best thing ever because we went so long with our chickens not really producing very well. So we're getting usually somewhere between a dozen and 2 dozen eggs a day, just kind of like depending on some things. And our ducks are laying amazing, which is great. So we have some really nice, rich, fatty eggs, which is amazing. And we made an egg salad out of duck eggs recently. It was delicious. It was so good. It was so rich. So we're definitely gonna do that again. My kids don't like egg salad, but my husband and myself do. So that'll be a meal where we're probably making the egg salad and then our kids are going to eat something completely different, which is totally okay. My food storage is so well stocked right now. I can easily make them spaghetti or tacos or whatever they end up wanting that night, and it's not gonna be that big of a deal. I also found this recipe. It was a steak egg wrap, but really it reminded me way more of a crepe. So like you make your crepe out of an egg and then you can fill it with steak. You can put more eggs in the middle, kind of whatever you want. Maybe a little ricotta cheese in there. But it looked really good and really easy, so that might be also something that we eat multiple times. I also have these cheese brats that are like wrapped in bacon and you air fry. 100% my kids will be all over that. That'll be delicious. I also found this recipe for like, I think they're called crack burgers is what they were, but it was like cream cheese with ranch seasoning, I think bacon that you put on your burger. It looked pretty decent. It's another thing that I think most of the family will like, so we're gonna give that a go. Eating in new ways is kind of fun because it forces you to find new recipes that normally you wouldn't look for. So the good thing is a lot of these meals will probably really like and end up in the rotation anyways, and that's always fun. So it's getting us out of our dinner rut a little bit, which is also really nice. Of course, we're gonna have to do Swedish meatballs. That is so delicious. I will not miss eating that over pasta or rice or whatever it is. I'm really excited about that one. We'll probably eat that one more than once too. The last meal that I put on here was some sort of BLT. Really easy for me to throw all of those ingredients on a sub roll for the kids, throw in the oven, bake it. Really delicious, but it'll be also really great for me and my husband. We can just throw all these things, kind of wrap them up in some ham or something and eat them that way. This month is going to be really fun meals wise, and I'm really excited about it because we're trying a ton of new meals, but of course we're mixing in some things that we eat kind of on a regular basis, but I'm really excited to mix it up. Sometimes it just feels like you get into a dinner rut, and this is the perfect way to break it up and try some new things. I'm also excited to see how this carnivore diet is going to make us feel, if it's going to change anything, all of those things. Like I said, I'm already like 3 or 4 days in. I'm feeling pretty good. I'm feeling way less hungry than I normally do. And I have a ton more energy, which is really refreshing because sleep with a brand new baby, well, not brand new baby, but new-ish baby isn't always the best. I'm feeling pretty good with that. Like my energy level is pretty like even throughout the day. I don't have that afternoon crash that I normally have really bad around like 1 or 2 o'clock. So that's been refreshing. So we'll see what the month brings us, but that's my meal plan for this month. We're just gonna kind of rotate through those meals and eat through more of what we like versus what we don't. And this is another huge reason why I like having my food storage stocked the way I do, because I, at this point, am basically only gonna have to shop for like staples for the kids, whether that be snacks, the couple of fruits and vegetables that of course they will eat throughout the month, as they always do. We rely really heavily on that for the kids. But this will be a good month where I have some options here at my grocery budget. I could either try to do a low spend month because we have all of this meat in our freezers, or I could take the opportunity to just buy like I normally do and get a ton of stuff on back stock in the food storage heading into winter, whether that be work slows down for my husband and he's not working for a couple of weeks. We have this back stock. If a winter storm comes through and we have to wait an extra couple of days to go grocery shopping, I have those extra couple meals and extra snacks on the shelf to get us through. So we'll see what ends up happening this month, but that is everything I planned for my large family for the month of October. Thank you guys so much for taking time to hang out with me, talk about some meals and all of the things. I hope wherever you are, you're having a fantastic day, and I will catch you guys in another one.